On the morning of November 5th, Mike Reed is back on the river farm, sitting in his favorite stand, hoping to finally encounter the buck he calls Merino.
It's Tuesday, November 5th. Jake and I are set up for the morning hunt. It's a beautiful morning. It's about 28 degrees or so. We have a light northwest wind, high pressure, clear skies, heavy frost. And we are set up on Jared and I's farm. We're back in this skinny pinch spot between the slough and the river where I encountered Merino a couple years ago. And it's just a great rut spot. I think a lot of deer that work off of our peninsula work through this little strip of timber along the river bend here. We haven't seen any deer yet. My primary target is Merino. Hoping for some good action this morning.
With plenty of does filtering through, Mike hopes the buck will soon do the same. 125 miles to the southwest, Josh Sparks heads to his stand. Today he is taking a break from the public land, hunting a farm that he helps manage. His goal is to shoot does to help keep the deer numbers in check.
Oh dude, here's that big buck right to the left. Yeah, she's gonna push her off anyway. Yep, it's that split brown buck. That is so cool. Get it, buddy. Just tear it up. If that doe comes through, I'm still shooting. Were you recording? You were still recording. What's he do? What is he snort-wheezing at a doe? Oh. I could torture him. I could absolutely smoke him right now. Well, good morning, guys. It's November 5th. And Max and I are out on that farm last year. I shot 5 does to earn a buck tag and late muzzleloader. We decided to come here this morning and try and fill a few doe tags towards our limit. We're trying to get 10 this year. And we'd love to be out hunting bucks, but unfortunately we just have some work we gotta take care of this morning. And so we thought this would make the most sense. And that buck just came through and put on a show for us. I've been helping run cameras on this farm, and he's all over this spot. And then we actually also spotted a really good deer. It looked like in the CRP bumping a doe. Even though I couldn't shoot the buck, that was just as exciting as anything that's happened to me this year. I just love watching deer. Let alone getting to hear vocalizations like that. So hopefully we can get some more does worked through the plot. But yeah, no, that was really cool.
Deer movement continues, but no does make it into bow range, and the morning hunt ends. 70 miles to the northeast, I'm back in the stand after taking a 3-day break.
Now that Drake is tagged out, we can get back down to business, and I can keep his attention for the rest of the season, maybe. I appreciate, having him with me and catching all the stuff that we do on camera. Just to get you up to date on this morning's hunt. It's been real slow. We've only seen those 2 does, one right at daybreak and then the one that bedded on the ridge behind. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do this afternoon. I did go down and check that cornfield that was below the house, and there's almost no corn left in it. So if we're ever going to hunt that, we need to hunt it now, because the deer have more or less just vacuumed that thing down. So maybe we'll do that this evening, at least get one hunt in there before we put so much work into that. It's just kind of a shame to at least not put one hunt in down there. We were hoping this morning to see, a deer that we didn't know was here, which it's always possible. For some reason, the deer just didn't move today. So we're going to get back, get those things done, then we'll catch back up with you for the afternoon hunt.
While I plan to hunt a small corn plot below the house, 65 miles to the east, Mike Reed is still on stand in the skinny pinch, holding out for Merino.
It's 9:30, and it has been a very slow morning. We saw one doe and one fawn maybe 30 minutes after we got set up, and then one little buck cruising earlier off in the distance, and we just had our first couple bucks cruise by the pattern that we're hunting. 2 young bucks, and I'm hoping that we'll start seeing a little more of that here as the morning activity as the morning progresses. Some of that late morning cruising, and we get one of these mature bucks, particularly Merino, to come by. Did you stay on him?
Oh, wait.
I did. I think we should watch the footage. He's right there. He's right there. Yeah. How far is he right here? Oh, I cut it back. Oh, Mike, that deer's a giant. Holy cow. Dude. He comes into 17 yards. He's a monster. He was still grunting, running over there. Yeah, where was the other buck? They all just ran off together. It's 9:40. That is a deer that I've been on the fence about shooting, which is crazy to think. I actually passed him a couple nights ago. We had him coming in we were hunting in the wetland, and he came in from 200 yards across the field. And I passed him at 35 yards, but I passed him because when we got his pictures this year, we had pictures of him last year. He made a big jump, and we thought he was a 4-year-old this year. So we thought he was a 3-year-old last year. And so Jared and I talked about it a bunch. We've talked about it a bunch. We're not in a good neighborhood where we can talk to the neighbors and everybody pass the deer. So the chance of him making it is small. And I don't generally let that factor into my decisions on passing deer. But all things considered, he's such a giant. He's such a beautiful deer. And I passed him the first time, and I've been like losing sleep over it because I think about what if he doesn't make it, and I just missed an opportunity at a great deer with a bow and all this sort of stuff. So I've been really struggling with the idea, and I said, I hope that I don't have him come in again. I hope I can see him at a distance and just watch him. And I really want to shoot Merino because Merino's 6.5, but he comes in grunting, chasing this doe right here to 15 yards. I got to pass through. I think I shot him a little bit back, but I just shot a coyote right before we heard him grunting and running over here. We had a coyote coming from out of the peninsula and knocked another arrow, and we were talking about it, and I hear grunting, and I was hoping it was Merino. This farm has been unbelievable this year. I mean, we had a lot of good bucks on it the first year we bought it. And last year it flooded. We didn't have anything in here. It flooded in September. It flooded in October. And the day I passed him the first time was last Saturday. The day after Jared shot Andrew Luck, and a week after I'd shot Todd Gurley. I mean, 3 deer. I'm not sure what Jared's buck scored, but Gurley was in the 170s. His is probably in the 170s or certainly the 160s. And this deer's, I don't know what he is, but he's for sure in the 190s, and I think he'll probably break 200. Dude.
After making the shot on the giant, non-typical buck, Mike packs up and heads back to the truck to review the footage and decide on his next move. While Mike waits for Jared Mills to get to the farm, 125 miles to the southwest, Owen Reigler is heading in for the evening hunt, hoping to see the buck he calls Digits.
Well, here we are, November 5th. The farmer's been in here and got all of our beans out, so I'm interested to see how that's going to change up the hunt. Maybe it moves some deer around a little. It'd be really nice if they got the corn out. That'd really change it up. They'd have 200 less acres to hide in. You see him standing there. There's a buck just right there in those beans. Look at him. Come on, man. Need to get in here earlier. Just sit all day. a big disturbance coming in. Garbage. It's garbage hunting is what this is. Really bends me out of shape too. Well, we're all settled in, guys. We're after that digits buck 1. The other buck I think we could see down here is that tuning fork buck. Those two are the most likely. And then that white 8's been down here quite a few times as well. So I think any of those 3 we got a decent shot to see. Beautiful evening. We'll set in here, see how it goes.
Back on the river farm, Mike Reed decides to take up the trail.
Arrow looks good. Crown looks good. It's been 3 hours. So, blood right here. He's bleeding in the scrape right here. Spray, spray. It's amazing how much he's zigging and zagging. I see blood on that log. Yeah, he like went up to that log and then it turns. There's blood right here. It makes sense that he went around that way. Oh yeah.
Hey, your whole arrow was over there though.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the other guy's arrow. Oh, that might be the coyote.
Oh, dude.
Been checking the coyote the whole time?
I doubt it. I mean, we've been on his blood trail. But they both ran in this direction.
On the video, did Prodigy not go back further this way on the video?
Dude, their blood trails crossed, you think? And the drama. Where did the trail turn? Back in the sand over there?
That's not a bed, is it, Mike? Is that a bed in there?
Oh, yeah. It looks like one. We're about 40 yards from the first bed, and there's a second bed, and the blood trail goes into the river. So we're all pretty surprised. I mean, the shot's back a little bit, but the blood trail looks double lung, and it is the back of the lungs, but it's pretty surprising he's gone this far, and then for him to get in the river is pretty concerning. So I'm going to work on getting access to the neighboring property owner, and we're going to see if we can pick up the blood trail on the other side. Or see if he tried to go across and then changed his mind and came back. We're going to walk down the bank here and see if we can pick up any sign. But man, that looks like a deer. You think his rack would be sticking out? We need a boat, Jakey boy. Come on, J-Rod. No, come on. Look at his head.
There's tines.
He's under there. He's under there, dude. just concluding the saga of the prodigy buck, and what a saga it has been today. Growing up and hunting in Louisiana, I immediately had some fear that he wouldn't have made it across this river, and we might have lost him. He might have floated away. I called the neighbor, got permission to come and check this side of the riverbank, so we drove around and we could find no track on this sandbar. We're sitting on the sandbar looking around. I'm looking on the far side of the river and on the deep side, the quicker current side, and we could spot what looked like a deer caught up in some driftwood, a dead tree. Get the binos out on him, could tell it's definitely a deer. We ended up getting the drone and confirming that it was a dead deer stuck up in the root ball of that tree. Probably not the best idea, but I decided we didn't have a boat or anything around here that I would just swim across and check it out. I did that, made it to that tree, no problem, and pulled up on the back end of this deer, and his rack popped out of the water, and lo and behold, it was him. So ended up tying a rope around his antlers and swimming back across. I've never experienced anything quite like this before, but he is definitely my biggest buck to date. I hope the video can do justice for this saga, and it's one I won't soon forget. I couldn't be happier. He's such a beautiful deer, and it's really exciting to knock down such a great buck with archery tackle. Moving forward, I have my archery tag for the urban zone, and Jake's got a Iowa resident tag, and so we'll be trying to fill those two tags, and it's only November 5th, so we still have a lot of good hunting left.
Is it too good to be true?
Mike wasn't the only one celebrating on the 5th. Team member Jeff Wehmhoefer also had a great morning in Illinois.
It is November 5th, 6:33 in the morning, and we just got our first buck on camera. I did hit him a little forward, but I'm shooting the wasp wasp broadheads, and it punched right through the shoulder. He's down 40 yards away, 50 yards away.
Holy camole, hey, what a buck. Holy cats. He says, I won't be bothering you guys no more.
No.
November 5th will forever be etched into Midwest whitetail history. Mike Reed recovered not only his biggest buck to date, but did so in a fashion that hopefully we never need to repeat. With that, Mike is now tagged out for the Iowa bow season, leaving him only an urban zone buck tag. Owen Reigler finishes his hunt with continuous action, but digits never appears. Josh Sparks has the same split brow buck come by his stand and is able to fill a doe tag at the end of the hunt. Normally, each day represents but a passing blip, a page in the book of our season, maybe only a footnote. But this year, each day contains so many memorable moments that each represents an entire chapter. This book that we call the 2019 season is turning into a very thick one, filled with plenty of gorgeous color photos of bow hunters holding monster bucks. Surely this can't continue, but then why not? The forecast is good for the coming days, and we are right on the threshold of the month's best hunting. The momentum of so many great hunts give the rest of us a boost. We all believe that tomorrow will be our day, and it very well might be. This is the excited hope we look forward to when we envision the perfect season. This is how it feels when everything is falling into place. We are living our dream. We are chasing November.